right now for www.noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. The U.S. dollar has lost 85% of its value since the 1970s, when we dropped the gold standard, when the dollar decoupled from gold, and the government seemed bent on continuing the tradition. From now until after the elections, the government can print as much money as they want. The last time they did that, the inflation went up 9%. Gold is the one asset that has proven to withstand inflation. It is a biblical currency, so you should invest in gold instead of putting all your money in the stock market. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com, and you can receive this 24 karat gold, 1/4 of an ounce gold standard coin for free by setting up that gold or silver IRA. Check it out at noblegoldinvestments.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestments.com. Or pick up the phone and call them real easy at 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347. And tell them Pastor Paul Begley sent you there.
A rare volcanic comet is on trajectory toward the sun and has exhibited a remarkable event, leading to its horn-like appearance after an explosion that caused it to radiate like a miniature star and disperse super cold magma into space. This unusual comet, known as 12P Pons Brooks, or just 12P, is a cryovolcanic comet, distinguished by its icy composition containing a combination of ice, dust, and gas. Enveloped by a gaseous cloud called a coma, the celestial object typically expels gas from its core, Live Science has reported. However, 12P's nucleus accumulates an excess of gas and ice, resulting in violent eruptions that propel its icy contents, referred to as cryomagma, through fissures in its outer shell. Recently, on July 20th, multiple astronomers observed a significant outburst from the comet, causing it to become approximately 100 times brighter than its usual luminosity, according to spaceweather.com. This surge in brightness was triggered by the sudden expansion of the comet's coma, releasing copious amounts of gas and ice crystals from its interior, thereby reflecting more sunlight back to Earth. As of July 26, the comet's coma has remarkably expanded to approximately 143,000 miles in diameter, over 7,000 times larger than its nucleus, which measures at an estimated 18.6 miles in diameter, as confirmed by Richard Miles, an astronomer from the British Astronomical Association. Interestingly, this expanded coma has taken on an irregular shape, giving the comet a striking resemblance to having, quote, sprouted horns. Now, some experts have even likened the peculiarly deformed comet to the iconic spaceship, the Millennium Falcon, from the Star Wars franchise, as reported by spaceweather.com. Now, this fascinating eruption marks the first time in nearly 70 years that the comet 12P Pons Brooks has been observed in such a state. The Kremlin issued a direct and stark warning, hinting at the possibility of employing nuclear weapons following the Ukrainian drone attack on Moscow's prominent skyscraper area. Early on Sunday morning, 3 drones struck a high-profile office building and residential skyscraper in Moscow, prompting Russia's defense ministry to label it as, quote, an attempted terrorist attack by the Kyiv regime. Dmitry Medvedev, a former Russian president and close ally of Vladimir Putin, conveyed a message that there seemed to be no alternative course of action for Russia but to rely on its warriors, suggesting that Kyiv should hope that they can prevent a catastrophic global nuclear conflict from erupting. Moscow confirmed that it had successfully intercepted 3 Ukrainian drones that were attempting to attack the capital, and additionally claimed to have foiled an attempt to target Russian-annexed Crimea with 25 drone attacks overnight, the Daily Mail has reported. Crimea was annexed by Russia back in 2014 and it has been a focal point of Ukrainians' targeting during Moscow's ongoing Ukraine offensive. Now, the attacks on the region have intensified in recent weeks, and Kyiv has consistently expressed its intentions to reclaim Crimea. On Russia's Navy Day, Medvedev strongly condemned the Ukrainian offensive, emphasizing that their armed forces are defending Russia's citizens and territory while also averting the possibility of a global conflict. He stressed that if Ukrainian offensives with NATO support were to succeed in seizing part of Russia's land, the Kremlin would be compelled by the president's decree to resort to nuclear weapons as the only recourse. Furthermore, Medvedev mentioned the development of the Kremlin's new underwater kamikaze nuclear drone, Poseidon, which some supporters of Putin claim could potentially unleash a devastating tsunami capable of submerging countries like Britain. These events have escalated tensions, leading to heightened concerns over the potential use of nuclear weapons and further escalation of the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. The Ron DeSantis presidential campaign appears to be facing increasing challenges, as indicated by a recent New York Times Siena poll. The poll shows former President Donald Trump widening his lead to 27 points over the Florida governor. In a head-to-head matchup, the survey reveals Trump outperforming DeSantis by a significant 2-1 margin. Other top candidates listed include former Vice President Mike Pence, Senator Tim Scott, former Governor Nikki Haley, Vivek Ramaswamy, and former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, each with varying percentages. Furthermore, the poll highlights that in a hypothetical one-on-one race against Trump, DeSantis would still lose by a 2-1 margin, with Trump securing 62% of the vote compared to DeSantis' 31%. This result serves as a striking reminder that despite concerns about potential party division, Trump maintains a commanding position and is poised to overcome even a unified Republican opposition.